Hello everybody, this is Jane the Haunter, and today we have to unbox and set up is the new for 2023 Party City Leatherface. This is an animatronic that from the start when Party City debuted it, absolutely had to have it. It's Leatherface, it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. What is there not to love about it? So this one, as you can see, he kind of has some parts already assembled and out of the box. That is because this was a store display. This Party City got 4 in total, and they already had to sell the store display. The store was roughly about 2 hours away from me, and I had one on hold originally in the box. Whoever I was on the phone with failed to do that, and I was there just 2 minutes shy of not even getting this thing, and I was going to be very, very upset if I drove 2 hours all the way up there, and then I ended up coming home without it, because that was the only reason why we went up there. But luckily, we were there 3 minutes early, and we managed to get it before all the other people. So upon opening the box, right off the bat, on the top we have his chainsaw that is partially assembled. One thing that I would like to note is that I cannot get this apart, so that is why it is not in the box. The chainsaw itself is a one-time assembly. The blade here is the one that is in that is never coming out. And then as for these pieces, I'm not sure why those are not coming out, but those are going to already be assembled for the video. So setting the chainsaw aside, opening his box, you're gonna see him kind of just thrown in here. This is not how he would be packaged if he was new. Again, this was a store display, and it was very busy as it is a Sunday. Weekends for retail are always crazy, and so we just kind of wanted to get up and get out of there before the traffic got really bad. So here on the top, we have the head with this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful head. This looks amazing. His eyes are so creepy. The skin tone looks awesome. The hair and the mask and just all the detailing on him looks incredible. And then you have this heavy duty mech with these huge springs, and not to mention bearings. This prop has very thick metal bearings on the inside and all kinds of metal reinforcements and gears inside of the mechanism. I have a lot of faith that that is not going to break. And then here is something interesting that kind of made us laugh. He has a gigantic butt plate. Yep, that is his booty. That was really, really funny to us when we were taking him apart, because we took his clothes off and then out fell his booty because it was not attached. So there's that. And then you have his control box there with a motion sensor. I thought he had a human only on there, but nope, there is motion sensor. He does have an IR sensor. He does have the external trigger jack and speaker jack. It can also run on 4 AA batteries. There is his price tag down there, still attached to his apron, because as I previously said, this was a store display. And then here you have both of his poles. I only got 1 piece of leg foam. I'm not sure if he's supposed to have 2. If he is supposed to have 2, I only got 1. But here is the waist bracket with the color coordinated slots for his booty bracket and his springs. And then there is his apron. There is the singular piece of foam that I did get with him. Here is his very big, very nicely welded, reinforced base. I am really impressed with how this was made and put together. Let me go ahead and set this back here. And then, of course, there is his clothing. And then his shoes. One thing I'd love to point out about the shoes, they are not vacuum form. They are a nice hard plastic, which I love, because these are not going to break into form over time like those cheap shoes that SVI always uses. So then up in here, there's his waist ring that is permanently attached in there to fill out his gut. That's his shirt with his pants, his apron, and his tie with his IR sensor. And then there's his 2 arm pulls down there, his adapter, and his other shoe. I don't believe we put anything else back down in here. But yeah, that is all of the pieces he has. Let's get them all laid out and show you everything that he comes with. Here is everything that he comes with. You have the shirt with the pants attached, his apron, the tie with the sensor embedded into it, the torso frame, the frame with the control box, his 2 shoes, a singular piece of leg foam, the head with the shoulder frame and mechanism and springs attached, his 2 leg poles, one bent for the knee and one straight, his butt plate, his 2 arms, left and right, the chainsaw body, and then the chainsaw blade. Let's get to a setup. The first thing you're going to do is snap lock both of your poles into the base, matching A to A and B to B. Now we're going to slide on over his shoes, ensuring that you grab the 2 different shoes. There is this one here for the straight pull in the back, and then there's this one with the big cut on the bottom and the big cut on the top, so that way this one can slide on over the knee. Then you're going to go ahead and grab your singular piece of leg foam and put that over the pole in the front with his knee out. Now we're going to slide on over his pants. When sliding on over his pants, ensure that you have the Velcro opening, the large Velcro opening from the top and the bottom in the front, as that is where his collar is. And then there is going to be a smaller Velcro port in the back, so that way you have access to his controls. Now we're going to start assembling the body. Next, go ahead and snap lock on the waist assembly, matching the 2 labeled letters on the back, matching C to C and D to D. And now you're going to go ahead and locate your control box frame and snap lock that into that waist bracket, listening for a click. Now we're going to put on his head. After snapping on the head and shoulder frame, go ahead and start pulling up on over his clothes. Now would be a good time to go ahead and plug in both of the wires coming from Leatherface's head and shoulder frame, so that way all of the motors and the head shaking function get power. Now would be a good time to go ahead and attach his springs to the color coordinated hooks. Now would be a good time to go ahead and snap lock on the 2 metal portions of the arm, matching G to G and H to H. Now we're going to go on to his arm and chainsaw assembly. Next, go ahead and attach his butt plate, and then we are going to slide the costume on over the frame. Now let's go ahead and assemble his chainsaw and arms. Please note that there are going to be a couple of steps that I might miss. They're pretty sure there's only 3 steps to this. Mine was partially assembled and the permanent steps are already done. So cutting to this next clip, it is going to be fully assembled, but I will tell you how to do it. To assemble his chainsaw, you are going to first attach his arm with the handle attached, matching those letter coordinated spots, and then you are going to grab the chainsaw body with the arm that is already attached to that. Snap lock that on very carefully, because that is a lot of weight on one side, and then you're going to snap lock those parts in, matching L to L and K to K up over there, and then you're going to snap in the blade to the body of the chainsaw. This is something very, very, very important to note. The important note is that the blade, once that is inserted into the body of the chainsaw, it cannot ever come out again. That is a permanent setup to the prop. Now we're going to go ahead and put on his apron. After sliding on over his apron, we're going to go ahead and put on his tie, so we can run that wire through the front of the shirt while we still have that Velcro open. Go ahead and move over the apron and run that cord through, matching end to end, so that way the sensor gets power. Now you are free to go ahead and Velcro up the front of his shirt. Next, go ahead and turn Leatherface around, and using that back pocket on the back of him, plug in his adapter and set the audio and toggle switch to your liking. I have him to the on mode, where that triggers both his IR sensor and his sound sensor, and I have his volume turned up all the way. Now we're going to Velcro this up and tie the apron around his back. And lastly, go ahead and pull the sleeves on over his elbows, and now your setup is complete. All that's left to do is plug him in and watch him go. And here he is, all set up and ready to go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the new for 2023 Party City Leatherface. This prop is amazing. It is about as screen accurate as you're going to get for a Leatherface in retail. For me personally, out of every Leatherface animatronic with this particular costume and look that has been on the retail market, this curb stomps all of them. It definitely curb stomps that one that is at Lowe's this year. That is just purely embarrassing. I do not know how that got mass produced. And this one's going to cause a lot of controversy, but I prefer this one over the original Jimmy one as well. Because for starters, he is too height of the actor. He's just a little bit over height. I believe the actor was 6'4", and this guy is 6 foot. This prop is 6'6". Not a big deal. But another thing is that he actually has the exposed arms that, not to mention, look absolutely incredible. They look so real. He's got his bracelet. He even has the exact model chainsaw that he used in the movie. And just the face and the hair overall looks a lot nicer. The neck, just everything on this prop looks phenomenal. The only thing that I feel it is lacking is blood. I feel that this blood should have definitely been a lot darker, and that there should be some more kind of splatter just up along the top areas, maybe a little bit on his arms. That is not a big deal. We will touch that up with perma blood and make it great and ready to go for Halloween. A couple other things I'd like to point out is the eyes. You're not really able to tell it unless you're like looking right at it in person, but he does have eyes in there. He has eyelashes. His wounds are all painted very, very nicely. He was just done overall extremely well, and I'm very, very pleased with this prop for the $325 price tag. For those of you that don't know, this is at Party City, all Party City stores and all Halloween City stores this season for $325, and I think that is a steal for the quality and look of this product that you are getting. We have seen this mech used before with the arms throwing up over the head, and it was very faulty. Like Rusty and Giggles the Clown, they were very faulty. This mechanism is extremely upgraded. It has metal bearings, it has 2 very large springs, a whole metal frame, there's nuts and bolts, and all kinds of heavy duty screws and armature to make this mech last. And I think that Techie Toys did a phenomenal job on this product, making sure that it will last for years to come. I was very surprised when we were taking it apart at the store, because as I did previously mention, this was a store display. The floor model, it was the last one they had, and this was the only one they had for me to purchase. I did not mind. I was just extremely excited that I was finally getting my Party City Leatherface that I have been waiting for all season. But when I was taking him apart, I noticed the bearings inside of his arms right away, inside of that mechanism, to help the chainsaw lift and lower over his head a lot smoother, causing a lot less stress on those gears. That was extremely smart of Techie to do. Very good job, Techie. I love that you guys really went through with the quality control on this guy. And a couple of other things is the welding on his base is phenomenal. The actual quality of the clothing is amazing. And then his shoes are a nice hard plastic. The welding all the way around his base is awesome. He's got supports and everything. He's even got holes if you do use him outdoors on Halloween day. He's got holes for you to anchor him down with yard stakes. Techie went all out with the quality on this guy, and I could not be happier. Run, do not walk. Run, go and get this guy before he is gone. He is not going to be available online. He is only going to be in stores. Grab him while you can. He is awesome. You will not regret it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe.